What's going on, you beautiful peeps? Daily vlogs till we main stage EDC episode 10. We hit double digits. Sick. I'm big on celebrating little milestones, but only for a second, because one of my least favorite cliches just in life is the individual that gets hype about 10 but doesn't make it to 100 or to 1,000 in anything, right? So I'm excited about 10, but I know that this is till we main stage EDC, and beyond that, that's just a good title for it because we got to hit that first, and that's a ways away probably. But I know this is forever. But having said that, 10 double digits, we're going to keep rolling through it. Thank you everybody that's been watching, whether it's on any of the apps or it's on that red app that we all watch long form videos on. Trying to be better with that. Wherever you're watching this at, I'm uploading it everywhere. You're getting on the purple app, getting on the black app, long full versions. You're also getting on that long form red app we all use, full versions. So long, the whole deal. No clips, no chopped down version. So I'm just trying to put more content everywhere, trying to connect, trying to go deeper with you. Thank you for all your support. We hit 9,200 monthly listeners today. Super exciting. We're like 5 streams away from 19,000 streams a month. That'll be a record. Incredible. It's been the best month of music in 3 years or so I've been doing it. So grateful for you. Today, what I want to get into in the life, but also music business category, is buy back your time. There's a philosophy that's hugely helped me in my life. It's a belief system. It comes from Dan Martell, one of my business mentors. It applies to music, it applies to life, it applies to just exhausting as much as you can out of life and being intentional. So yeah, it's a business framework, music business, whatever your business is, whatever your career is, but just applies to life. And what it is this idea that at every level of financial success, wealth, hourly pay, right, at all levels of what we all earn, from minimum wage all the way up to bajillion dollars, there's a way to buy back your time in a way that's more optimal for what you want to accomplish in your life. And so a simple version would be, okay, if you're making 25 an hour, which I think is about the American average right now, maybe I'm wrong, but let's start there. 25 an hour for the sake of numbers. How much does it cost you to do laundry, for example, right? You know, laundry might take 3 hours maybe on a Sunday or something. So if you're an individual that spends 3 hours doing your laundry for the week on Sunday, that's 3 hours times 25 an hour. Now, this assumes that you can work, you know, in place of this time, right? So obviously if you're building your business and you're paying yourself about 25 an hour, you can do unlimited hours, right? If you're working a job, not so much, but maybe you can get overtime or things like that, right? So this does, you know, it factors in replacing things that you're doing in place of more work, but the opportunity to work more has to be there. Maybe it's door dashing, maybe it's the gig economy, maybe it's building your business while building your career like I've done, so on and so forth. Hopefully that makes sense. But let's say that you can work more. You do have the opportunity, whether it's more at your job, more in your business, or a side gig, which we now have millions of, right? That 3 hours you're doing laundry costs you $75, right? Because your hourly pay is 25 times 3 at 75. So that's what you're sacrificing to do that laundry, right? Now, if you could get somebody to do laundry for $20 an hour, then it would be a net positive for you to have somebody do your laundry. Maybe it's your mom that you're paying. Maybe it's a dry cleaner service. I'm sure those are more expensive, right? But you get where I'm going with this. If there's a way that you could get that laundry done for about $20 an hour, that's a net positive of $5 an hour. It would make sense for you to pay $60 to get that laundry done and in place work those 3 hours, because you'd make 75, you're net positive 15. That's the whole philosophy in a nutshell, right? What are the things that you can trade, pay away to get that time back to then work and make more money, right? And it's so simple in that way when you really squeeze it down to a nutshell. Now there's a replacement ladder, there's the CEO version, there's all these ways, all these different ideas and, you know, mechanics around it. We don't need to get into the nitty gritty of it all. But just that idea in itself, I love so much, because, and hopefully it's helpful or interesting to you, because immediately you start to look around and go, what are the things that I'm doing that aren't serving me? What are the things that I'm doing that are a waste of time? What are the things that I'm doing that I could be more intentional with my time, more optimal with my time, more impactful with my time? And most people don't put laundry in that category. It's a must. It's a necessity. I've done it since I'm 14, whatever the thing is, right? It's like the mundane stuff is typically the first place to start, yet it's the place people think least because it's bougie or rich, or I don't have the means, or all these different ideas, all these reasons we stay away from it. But laundry is a great example, right? Doing the dishes might be another example, right? How many of us have a mom that tells us we're, too dirty or whatever, we're not clean enough, even though we're living alone and we're 25 or 35 or 45, right? How many of us have a mom that, how amazing to have her come clean, and we pay her and we're creating opportunity for her, a little spending money, a little side money, whatever. Also the fulfillment of her knowing that our house is clean. And if maybe we don't have a good relationship with our mom, or we don't want our mom in our house, whatever it is, then you pay somebody else, right? But the mundane place is a good place to start, because there's these opportunities to create opportunities for others, to create time back for ourselves, to create opportunities for us to go attack the thing we really want to do, which isn't laundry, which isn't dishes. And these are just small examples. Another example might be food delivery, right? Because how much time does it take to go to the grocery store, to buy food, to go home, to cook, and then to eat, right? Maybe it's a whole Saturday that you might spend. If you're single or with your partner or with a family, it's going to differ, right? But let's just say you spend 6 hours a week on Saturday to drive to the store, think about what you need, drive to the store, buy the groceries, drive home, unload everything, cook everything, meal prep for the week, or just to make a couple meals for the next couple days. Let's say it takes 6 hours. 6 hours times 25, right? Or whatever your hourly wage is, how much you could make if you work those 6 hours, that's what you're losing. So to stick with the 25 example, right? 6 times 25, don't do public math, but what was that, 120, 30? So I think it's about 150. That's $150 you're losing, right? By going all with the whole grocery store route. It would be much cheaper to just DoorDash your foods, right? Because for $150, and I know because I do this, shout out HelloFresh, and shout out my girlfriend who cooks it, HelloFresh, you can get 18 meals for like $200. So the time it would take to get the recipes, to figure out what you want to eat, all the measurements, all the groceries, go to the store, pack everything in there, stand in line, take it home, unpack, refrigerate it, put this in the pantry, seasonings, organize everything, then cook 18 meals. That is like 30 hours. I mean, it's like so many hours. What was it, 20 hours a week? It's a lot of time, right? 15 hours minimum maybe, right? It's a lot of time, depending how long the meals are. It could be 30 hours a week you're spending. If you're spending an hour a day cooking at night, that's already 7, right? And then you got the groceries and everything else. It very quickly gets to 20 to 30 hours in cooking, which sounds crazy because it's like I work 40 hours, I sleep 60 hours, 50 hours, 7 times 7, right? 49. How could I be spending that much time on that? But that's the other benefit of this philosophy. Once you start getting intentional with your time, you start realizing actually how much time we have in a week and how little time we have because of how much time we're spending on stuff like this that we didn't need to. So, and this is assuming everything is close, right? Maybe your grocery store is 15 minutes away. Well, now you go to the grocery store 3 times in a week. That's a couple hours, so everything stacks up once you really start paying attention. And HelloFresh will get you 18 meals shipped to your door. You still got to cook it. But that's because we're trying to eat cleaner. But at the end of the day, you could do a meal prep company that has pretty good ingredients, pretty good food. Nothing's perfect in America in the food system, but better than a lot of options, right? So pretty healthy, pretty delicious, and they're already made for you. No different, right? Maybe that's a little more expensive because you're not cooking it, but maybe it's $250 for 18 meals and it gets shipped and you pop it in the microwave, or throw it in the stove if you want to heat it up that way, or whatever. And you're ready to roll, and you're saving all that time of cooking and prepping and thinking and recipes and groceries and not to mention effort. The buy back your time philosophy is just time crunching. When you factor in effort, that gets exponential cost because we're talking about the time to go grocery shopping, not to mention the effort. We all know that some people love grocery shopping. We're not talking about that. We're talking about removing things you don't want to do. So if grocery shopping is your hobby, then keep grocery shopping because you enjoy it. It's how you want to spend your time. If you don't want to grocery shop, right, then you got to factor in effort, the effort to drive, the effort to lug around a big old grocery cart full of stuff, the effort to throw stuff in the car, the effort to unpack. So not all time is equal, right? We know time spent for me making this video is enjoyable and stimulating and amazing. Time for me spent grocery shopping. I haven't been in a grocery store in like half a decade, and I'll never be in a grocery store again, ever in my entire life, because it doesn't serve me. I don't like it. It's not a hobby. It's a waste of time for me because I'd rather be building music, building business, building other things that I can build and go be great at, right? And financially profit more from than saving money to go grocery shop, right? So when you factor in effort, it gets exponential. Let's take another one, landscaping, right? Maybe it's the last example I'll give. How many people mow their own lawn, right? Of course, if you own your home, right? Or, maybe if you're still at your parents' house, if you're younger or whatever, you mow the lawn, right? And how long does it take? 30 minutes, an hour, depends, front yard, backyard, are you trimming, gardening, the whole thing, right? Whatever it takes That's the amount of time. But how much is the effort? You're sweating, you got blisters on your hands from pruning, pushing the lawnmower, smell like grass, you gotta take a shower, you're ruining clothes. Like when you factor in all costs, not just time, now it gets exponential, because it might cost a landscaper $100 a month to come twice, you know, if you have a small house or whatever, depending where you're at, you know, front yard, backyard, every 2 weeks might cost $100 a month. What are we talking about, right? I'm picking the landscaper every time. So, and again, it depends where you're at financially, depends if you have the opportunities to work more. But in 2025, we all have the opportunity to work more. We got the gig economy, we got social media, right? We got AI, we got business. Has never been easier to build. I mean, it's like the opportunity, it's never been more opportunity to go find more money, right? To go find more work, another part-time job, a second job, right? There's all these, there's never been more opportunity to be able to swap in things for more work, right? So you can find those opportunities. And for me, for the last 7, 8, 9 years, there's always more work, because I'm building my business and that never stops. I'm building music, that never stops. Real estate, all these things. I did 4,000 DoorDash deliveries. Like I've only ever been finding more work. And this isn't a should, right? Live your life how you want to, and if you're content, you're content. But if you want to get more out of life and you feel like, man, there's a better use of my time than, I feel like I don't have any hours in the day. You do. You just need to start making these trades to get more out of your life, more out of your day, more out of your week, achieve your goals, spend more time with the fam, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be for work. For me, it's for work, for building, because that's what I'm focused on. But it's also for family. It's for life. Get more out of life. So hopefully that was helpful or interesting to you guys. We're at 11 minutes. It's pouring down rain around me. But want to do a little bit of that rant. There's a lot more mechanisms to it, so we'll go deeper in other videos. But that's really changed the way I think. It's also put frameworks to ways I was starting to think before I heard that in the last couple years. And it's really allowed me, from wake up to sleep, and including sleep, from all 24 hours in the day, get the most out of it. Minimize with my financial capacity right now. Pay for the things to get off my plate to go do more of what I want to do in this life. So daily vlog number 10 to Main Stage EDC. Shout out every new follower on that Black app. We're getting so many comments. I'm doing comment of the day again. Every post that's me vibing to a song, I want to comment on it. So that's another thing that I'm gonna try to do, and I've been pretty good at it. There's no more posts where I'm just in the car dropping a song. I want to comment. I want to shout you out. I want to connect. I want every single post to be some connective tissue of us. No more, this is me, POV, you found your favorite DJ at 9K monthly listeners, unless all those hooks are fine. But I want to highlight or comment every single post. So like everything, comment everything, share everything, drop something fire in the comments, something exciting, what the song you love, something out of pocket, whatever it is. Just drop a comment that you think will make me go, oh, that's awesome. He's gonna appreciate this. It's great energy, whatever it is, right? Drop your comments and how you feel. Sincere, authentic, right? Not saying just throw go deep, right? Whatever is true to you. If something about me or my videos or my music that's connected with you, drop it, because every post on that Black app, not on the Purple app because we're doing different things over there, but on the Blue app and on the Purple app, every single post, I want to highlight someone, one of my peeps, one of my bass bunnies. So bass bros, last thing I wanted to say there. So do that. You'll see more of that. Shout out to you guys. Catch you in the next one. Let's go.